To understand Try to forget that you were here. Some part of me wants to disappear with you. My soul and all that I could afford. So only gonna fall into what you explore.
Punches Alpha going Alpha leather, point blank, gets a kill on the and another one. Great play from JW.
Very good. Connected one
Wow.
Oh, and a third. What is going on? Kaylee's just going in state. And onto Taz's Dupree. Will take 2 members. No, 3 members. No, Dupree takes all 4 remaining Virtus.pro.
Hey guys, welcome to Face It TV here for a Face It League on this fine Sunday afternoon. I'm DDK here with Hoss, and are you excited?
I am. These are the actual first Face It games I've got to cast.
Oh yeah, that's a good point.
I've been here doing SLTV and now get to do Face It. It's hype.
And we do have HellRaisers and Virtus.pro coming up, and I think it'll be Inferno between these two guys, which means that it should have been a HellRaisers pick as well, or the home map for them. So HellRaisers being up and down, Virtus.pro you could say the same, although yesterday Virtus.pro just beat Titan 16-12, I think it was, on Cash. And it did seem very much like Virtus.pro in that mindset of, okay, this is a really good team, let's try.
Yeah.
Let's like have a good game, and I don't know.
Yeah, well after their recent performances, a few shaky results against a few teams in Star Ladder, they needed really to get back on track, and a win against Titan's a great way to do that.
Yeah, it certainly is. And we, of course, having Virtus.pro and HellRaisers together, and it always makes for explosive matches. I really hope that HellRaisers are on their game today, because they are usually the biggest question mark. Virtus.pro can play great if the moment calls for it. They're always good at that. I mean, that's their thing. I mean, this is why they're such a good LAN team, is that when the pressure's on, when they have to perform, they pretty much will deliver. But when it comes to HellRaisers, lately there's no rhyme or reason really for their performances.
No, it's been mostly down for them, except for maybe Simple here and there. He's been a great addition to the lineup and really been pulling them back from games where they probably should have lost. So hopefully they turn up today and give us a good match against Virtus.pro.
Certainly, and I just have to remind you guys, we're very close to the LAN finals now. It's like a month away, or less than a month away, and the Europeans can still win themselves, or you Europeans, unless there's any Americans watching, might be a few, but you guys can still win yourselves a trip, hotel and flights paid to the venue. Well, to the hotel, and you'll be able to go and visit the venue by staying in the same hotel as all the players in Milan, Italy. So it's definitely a pretty awesome opportunity, and you just have to go and play the community night on the 10th of October. And if you manage to get #1 in the points, then you will be rewarded with that VIP package. So this is something that you should really consider. If you have the 10th-3, just score out those 8 hours and just grind some pickup games, get those points, and see if you can get yourself the VIP package. Milan is a pretty nice city. Italy is a beautiful country, and it's like the weather here at least is like it's summer, so I'm sure it'll be pretty good there as well.
And throw some CS:GO action in there as well, because you can't forget that, and be a great weekend.
Yeah, certainly will. Definitely, it's going to be interesting to see how that LAN actually goes at Milan Games Week. I haven't done any LANs in Milan or Italy, generally speaking.
It's the first LAN I know of in Italy, so...
Yeah, there have been some. I mean, there was UGC, which is like Sturmey's events that he organised ages ago, but that wasn't like super huge, and didn't have CS Go or anything like that, because it was before CSGO's time. So I think that's the last kind of Italian events that I can think of. I'm sure there must have been more.
There must have been, but none come to mind.
Yeah, so we'll have to see how that ends up going. I'm sure it's going to be glorious. I'm actually just really excited to just get some cheap wine that's awesome again, because here I can't do that. I know, but here I just don't drink. I just don't bother with it when I'm here.
Yeah, I just can't drink wine either. It's horrible.
Well, we should be checking these odds out now. There they are on the bottom of the screen, the lower third. Pretty even. I think that's fair. People seem to be gaining some more respect for HellRaisers, because that's what I'm surprised about, that people are saying, all right, we think HellRaisers will maybe actually have a good game here, and I guess maybe it's the same case with both teams though, because you could also say for Virtus.pro, I don't know if I want to bet on Virtus.pro anymore, because recently they've had some, like they had a loss against Overgaming, they had a draw against that, this is going to make people very angry who are betting on the matches.
Yeah, and when you put these two teams side by side, it will literally be who turns up on the day, because they're both not playing their best, and the odds reflect that.
It certainly does. Any players to look out for today for you? Who are your favourites going into this?
You could say this answer is pretty simple.
Oh dear.
Getting in there early, yeah.
At least we can get that out of the way. Thing is though, he's got like the worst name for this. It's almost impossible to actually avoid somehow throwing in Simple and then feeling like a jackass, because it's like constantly there. You just see it on the screen. It's just like this subtle like suggestion that you should use this word whilst you're casting. It is atrocious. It's hard to deal with. The life of a caster.
Yeah, but definitely Simple. Look out for him, especially on a map like Inferno. The AWP so crucial, mainly on CT side, but we've seen him pull it out on T side Inferno in the past, so be sure to watch out for him and the plays he makes.
Well, this actually could be quite an interesting talking point because from a strategic perspective, Virtus.pro usually approach this map, especially against picking based teams. They will just fall back and never challenge the angles. They won't. I mean, if they're to challenge Banana, they'll have loads of grenades to actually make it completely safe against an AWPer. They just won't challenge mid. They just won't peek it. They just won't, because for them it will just be a needless risk. The information that they get is somewhat meaningless, because on Inferno, anything that you see in a gun round down middle is somewhat useless, because they have so much time early in the round to then do something completely different. If you saw like 3 players at the bottom of mid, well, that's great. I mean, they could be going Banana, they could be going second mid. They're likely going to both places. That's the default setup. So you don't really gain anything from it. In Virtus.pro, they just sit back with their rifles, and it's rare that they challenge with the AWPs.
Yeah, Inferno is one of those classic maps where the whole split and pick strategy comes in, where if you can get a pick, it will open up a site, but if the CTs don't show anything, you're none the wiser.
Yeah, it will be interesting to see actually how the Banana dynamic goes, because that's usually the first port of call for me when I'm looking at teams. I'm saying, okay, how do these teams approach Banana? Because some CT teams are really, really good, or rather some teams playing CT are very good at actually managing information. They're actually able to have really good setups and timings and understandings of how to push it correctly and effectively against really good players and teams. We have usually the response on the T side. For some teams, they're like, okay, well, we have a Freiberg, we have a Flusher, we have players like this that can go up there and manage that situation by themselves, get the control, and then we can focus 4 players on the other side of the map. But if you have a team that's really solid at actually pushing Banana as CT, you can't just let them take it. You have to actually kind of fight back. So it's always interesting to see these dynamics. And usually HellRaisers, they actually do have good setups to take Banana aggressively. So I'm looking towards that.
Yep, definitely so. Tactics going to come down to it on Inferno. And whilst we're just waiting for players, predictions?
Well, Inferno, I think, should be a pretty strong map here for HellRaisers. When I was just talking about their Banana play, Adren used to be one of their kind of key Banana players. He was very good at the pressure there, so they got Simple now, which is quite different, because Simple is going to be now AWPing on middle, and usually Markov is the guy who's on kind of our CTR. So I'm not really sure exactly how their setups are going to work. So I'm actually going to favor Virtus.pro. I think they're going to be doing better against the kind of style that we played on the HellRaisers T side. And I think generally they look more stable. So I'm going to go for Virtus.pro, something like 16-13.
Yeah, I'd have to agree with you on that one. I was going to say something like 16-12, 16-14, something like that. In favor of VP, it's going to be a long game and it's going to be a close one.
Yeah, it's going to be a really good one. I want to see if HellRaisers... so we're just filling time here, guys, whilst the players get themselves already on the server. But the thing that I'm also interested to see is what we see from apartments, because usually teams do. It's safer for CT teams to make setups to take Banana, and apartments. It's not super common to see a lot of heavy apartment plays or heavy apartment side pushes and so on and so forth.